All right, and we are off. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. All current, I guess we have fourth grade families here with us. Thank you all for joining us. So we just wanted to take an opportunity to share with you a little bit about the expectations and what to expect as you go into fifth grade. Now, everyone here is a parent or guardian of our current fourth grade. Or of a current fourth grader, where we have successfully rolled out and are coming to the end of our first year of the partial content specialty model in grade 4. And I'm thrilled to say that I've gotten great feedback from all stakeholders, parents in fourth grade, the teachers in fourth grade, and very importantly, the students in fourth grade. So hopefully the transition to the full content specialty model in grade 5 will be even more smooth for our current fourth graders. But I wanted to start off and then recap some of the benefits of the content specialty model, or also known as departmentalization. We rolled out the partial departmentalization model in grade 5 4 years ago, and we are just coming to the end of our first year of the full content specialty model in grade 5. So I just want to go back to when we first rolled it out and just summarize some of the research that we did and some of the findings that prompted us to roll out this partial and then full content specialty model in grade 5. I'd like to recap again some of those benefits. The perceived benefits that I will share, again, have been collected through sample studies, research from site visits, as well as collaboration with educators. Okay. First, teachers who specialize in one area of core content are able to increase their own knowledge and proficiency in that content and thereby increase students' proficiency. This often led to increased test scores and academic achievement. Research indicated that this is particularly true in mathematics. One Columbia study indicated departmentalization may not only provide an immediate increase in the mathematical proficiency of students, but evidence suggests that it may provide an increase in the mathematical proficiency of the students for years to come, benefiting them throughout the rest of their lives. Students have more teachers who know them and care about them every day instead of just one classroom teacher. Teachers have the opportunity to share their observations and, most importantly, to share different approaches they use to reach individual students successfully. Excuse me while I admit those from the waiting room. In effect, a struggling student has a team of teachers working together to help them. Anecdotal observations and academic studies indicate that behavior problems often decrease under departmentalization. Students gain organizational skills as they learn how to keep track of assignments for multiple teachers, and they gain confidence they can handle the transition to middle school. Teachers can receive targeted professional development based on subject matter to address and upgrade skills. Furthermore, studies have shown that while departmentalization increases the number of students a specialized teacher teaches, this does not adversely affect assessments or pedagogy. In fact, educators have found they had more time to prepare lessons with depth in their core areas, as they no longer had to attend meetings for other subjects or prepare materials and lessons for other subjects. Findings revealed in the upper elementary grades, teacher preference for the departmentalized instructional model or content specialty model over the self-contained model due to more focused and quality instruction in specific subject areas and increased self-efficacy. So that is a summary of the research that we did and the findings through that research. Preparation. Great news is we've done this. We've done one full year of the full content specialty model, and we have 3 years before that of the partial content specialty model, both with 4 homerooms and 5 homerooms in grade 5. Again, the initial development, we did collect feedback from all stakeholders. There was a PPLT committee a few years ago when we rolled this out, where we were able to gain a lot of feedback from parents and other community inputs. We did site visits with pretty much all or the majority of the teachers that are with us this afternoon. We did site visits where we could gather third-party viewpoint as to viability, and as a result of that, a flexible master schedule was created. And now I think I'm going to hand it over to the teachers to introduce themselves and talk a little bit about a day in the life of a fifth grader. So if you teachers, you're all in that room right there. If we want to start with Ms. Girardi in mathematics, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer Girardi, and I will be teaching your child math next year.
And I am Cynthia Gorsey. I am the ELA teacher.
Mr. Fusco, I teach social studies.
Hi, Christine Jufra. I'll be teaching fifth grade science.
All right. And I know there's not a rectangle on the screen here, but I know we have Ms. Fritz and Ms. Koski. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Miss Fritz. I teach the 812 special class.
Hi, Lise Koski. I am the special class teacher for the 4, 5, 12, 1, 2 class.
Thank you all. And also joining us is our school counselor, Ms. Rachel Silver. She'll also be presenting briefly as we move forward. Okay, so now we have the sample schedule, and I believe, Ms. Girardi, this is you.
Yep. So this is just an example of a student's daily schedule. So if you just want to follow along on the screen, they all come to homeroom each day from 8:30 to 8:44. And we'll discuss later what's involved in their daily homeroom. And then they switch to first period. There might be some days that your child doesn't switch first period. He's in his own homeroom. And then there are days that he might switch out. So for example, this student is Mr. Fusco's homeroom, and Mr. Fusco teaches social studies. So on Mondays, this child would stay with Mr. Fusco first and second period. And then he would switch out to Ms. Jufra for science. They all go to special fourth period. He would then come to me for math. Everybody has lunch, sixth period. He would then go to Ms. Gorsey for ELA in the afternoon. And on Mondays, the fifth graders have a double special. So eighth period would be another special for him or her. And then you can just follow along. Every day it's pretty much similar. It changes a little bit during the mornings and in the afternoons, but the special and recess is the same every single day.
And just to add, in fifth grade, another thing we add in addition to the full departmental model is the team specials. So as you can see, fourth period there, they're not necessarily going to a special with their homeroom, like Ms. Girardi's homeroom. We take about 5 students from each of the homerooms to create a team. Let's call that team Coddle. And so they all go to PE and all specials together. So it gives more opportunity for social interaction with students that are not just in their homeroom. All right. Yeah, Ms. Gorsey.
Yes. Okay. So homerooms from 8:30 to 8:44 every morning. It's really important that your child does come to school on time, because during homeroom, this is the area where, this is their home base. So they're going to have extra supplies that they could store here. We have cubbies. We will take attendance. We take a lunch count. Sometimes there's some sort of morning work, depending on the subject area or things that teachers need to give them. We're also the homeroom teachers responsible for the notes that go to the office. You can email the homeroom teacher about pickup, dismissal, absences. And this is really important. So when you email the homeroom teacher, we will be responsible for sending that out to the rest of the team. So you only have to email one teacher, and it's the homeroom teacher. And your homeroom teachers are your child's subject area teachers. So Ms. Girardi, Mrs. Gorsey, that's myself, Mr. Fusco, and Ms. Jufra.
Thank you, Ms. Gorsey. Ms. Jufra, Mr. Fusco.
Okay, so a couple of changes that we will see in fifth grade. Percentages on the report card is relatively new. for teachers this year. This was helpful in just pointing out to the students the differences between years prior when it was a 4, 3, 2, or 1. So this is in preparation of middle school where they will receive percentage grades. And it's a good point for the kids to start making that connection. We found that it holds them a little bit more accountable and teaches them responsibility. Another change is that parent-teacher conferences are by teacher request. So about 2 weeks before conference time, we'll send out emails to parents that we feel the need to meet with. But as every year in each conference season, if you would like a conference, teachers are always available. And then in that case, you would just reach out instead of us reaching out to you. Subject area concerns, Ms. Gorsi touched on this a little bit. If there's something like dismissal or someone forgot their lunch, you would email the homeroom teacher. And like Ms. Gorsi said, we would then send it to the rest of the team. But if it's a content specific question, then you would send it to, for example, if it's a science question, you would send it to Ms. Jufra. But if you by accident send it to the homeroom teacher, we just send it and forward it to whoever needs the message. I'm now going to turn it over to my colleague, Ms. Jufra.
All right, so students are also expected to bring their backpacks from class to class except specials. And they'll have opportunities to drop off textbooks so their load is not so heavy. They're expected to be bringing in their Chromebooks daily and they should be charged nightly so that they're able to use them throughout the day. Students are going to use Google Classroom for some subjects. So that's something that they'll be familiarized with from last year as well, and something that any parents that are new to it will be versed in. And students will also use planners to write down their daily homework in addition to Google Classroom for those classes that use it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fusco and Ms. Jufra. Homerooms and placement. So while it is a full departmental model in grade 5, the creation of the homerooms as well as the teams for specials is done the same very extremely collaborative way it is done for all other grades. It is a very collaborative process of classroom teachers, school psychologists, service providers, administrators, special area teachers, all come together in one room to create the most balanced classes or / homerooms, like we do every year. And again, I did mention the team specials before. So I'll just move on to the next slide where we have special activities for 5th grade. And I believe that's you again, Mr. Fusco.
So a couple of, like Mr. Rash said, special activities. We have our, still muted?
No, you're good.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. We have our DARE picnic to Lake Isle, usually in early June. And that's in celebration of the students completing the DARE program. That usually takes place in February and March. We usually have a ceremony to celebrate the ending of the program. And then the follow-up is the picnic at Lake Isle. We have a buddy day where the 5th grade class will go up to the middle school to get better acquainted with their new surroundings come September. I believe this year it's June 5th. So the kids really enjoy going up and looking forward to the fall. We have a 5th grade luau, which I believe the parents put together each year. And we all hear how wonderful it is. And the kids look forward to that all year. We also go on a Rockland Boulders trip. We take the 5th grade class to the Rockland Boulders Stadium in Rockland, where we see a baseball game and get to go right up to the field. It's a day where it's devoted to all schools. So the kids, it's very child friendly. So the players are able to come over, talk to the kids, and it's a really fun day. And that is our activity slate for this year.
Thank you, Mr. Fusco. I'm going to hand it over to our school counselor, Ms. Silver.
Hi, everyone. Just like this year in 4th grade, 5th grade students will receive monthly guidance lessons. The difference in grade 5 is that they take place during library. I started doing this in order to preserve core academic instruction time. It just seems to flow better for everyone. These are the themes that we've been working on this year. They will be different next year, but all of them are found in the Rethink education program that the district uses. And we align all of the themes with the pause characteristics that we're working on throughout the school.
Thank you so much, Ms. Silver.
Welcome.
And next we have buddy classes and cohorts, Ms. Koski, Ms. Fritz.
Okay, buddy classes is something we've been doing here at Cottle. The cohorts, students in 5th grade will be separated into different cohorts for specials. This year they were Tuckahoe, Tigers, Cottle, and Cubs.
Sure. So the buddy classes, like Ms. Fritz had said, is something that we've been doing here for a very long time here at Cottle. So the students that are in the 12-1-2 and the 8-1-2 classes, they push in with their peers outside of their classroom into their special classes, meaning like art and gym. It gives them that opportunity to experience more of a gen ed curriculum and their peers outside of their classroom as well.
Thank you, Ms. Koski and Ms. Fritz. And now we're winding down here. PD and planning time. This is basically just reiterating what I touched on earlier, which is the new flexible master schedule that we've created definitely allows for more common planning time for all of our 5th grade teachers. They have common planning time throughout the week, about 6 periods, where they all line up together. So they do have opportunity to collaborate with each other about the different types of learners in each of the homerooms. And of course, there is targeted professional development that is focused on each teacher's core content area. And then just some final thoughts. The grade 5 Cottle teachers are experienced, professional, knowledgeable educators. They have been a part of this either partial or full departmental model for over a year now. Many of them have been doing this since its beginning. And they're a very incredible team. They are so collaborative. They work so well together. So I know just on that, it's going to be a wonderful year for our incoming 4th graders next year in 5th grade. The content specialty model does not mean there will be major curriculum changes, but it does mean there will be a chance for more focused lessons and deeper understanding of concepts for all students. And that basically sums up our presentation. We do have a little bit of time left for any questions that anybody might have. Let me just stop my screen share here. All right. If anybody has any questions, feel free to unmute, or you can throw something in the chat. I have that opened right next to me. So any questions, please go right ahead.
Hi, Mr. Marash.
Hi.
So the team special groups that are selected, do they stay the same for the whole year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Barring an unforeseen circumstance. Yes.
Okay. And then the parent-teacher conferences, what was the decision behind by request only instead of how it's been for years? Yeah, I know this year, I don't even know if this year was it by request or everyone had parent-teacher conferences, but I'm curious to know as to what the thought behind that was.
Yeah, there's a few factors that come in. We have a certain amount of time for parent-teacher conferences, and when it comes to a full departmental model, each one of the 5th grade teachers is seeing every one of, let's say 100 5th graders. So we had to figure out how we can best meet with parents and guardians while using the time that is allocated for that in a school year. So this is the way that we decided to move forward in that. We've done it I think we've done it for 2 years now, but please correct me if I'm wrong there, 5th grade team. And it's been working very smoothly. Please also remember, anytime, even outside of, like Mr. Fusco said, parent-teacher conference season, or during that season or outside of that, anytime you want to have a conference with one content area teacher or all of the teachers, all you have to do is reach out and there will be a conference that can be arranged. And I do believe in middle school, I don't know if they have parent-teacher conference days. Is there a member of the, I see people already shaking their heads no, so I think I'm accurate in that. So I think that also might be, a transition for parents as well as they had their kids start going to middle school. So there were really multiple factors that came into that decision.
So would a parent teacher conference meeting be requested if there's like issues going on, or would that
Yeah, there's different criteria. I think that might prompt the 5th grade team to request a conference with a parent or guardian of any individual student.
Thank you.
Of course. Any other questions at all?
Mr. Morash, can you explain the buddy program one more time and what that is?
Sure. Ms. Fritz, Ms. Koski, if you want to jump in and re-explain in any capacity the buddy classes, but essentially what it is we have students that are in an 812 class, and we have students that are in a 1212 class. They're smaller class sizes. But what we do is we take the students in those classes and we align them with a buddy class in 5th grade. So if there are 5th grade students in Ms. Koski's classroom, they will go to classroom celebrations or the specials with either Mr. Fusco's class or Ms. Gorsey's class. If it's a classroom celebration, certainly if it's a grade level celebration, or they'll go with a specific team like Team Coddle or Team Cubs to go to a special. So that's basically the buddy class. But Ms. Koski, Ms. Fritz, anything that you want to add into that?
Sure. So basically the buddy classes are the students that are in the 8th classes and the 12 special classes, or the more self-contained classes, attend specials, meaning art, gym, STEAM with their buddy class. So for example, in my classroom, I have 5 5th graders this year, and they don't attend their own classes special. They attend specials with their buddy class, which would be like a gen ed classroom. But it would only be for specials like art and STEAM and those kinds of encore subjects, I guess. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Koski. You articulated that very well. Thank you. Oh, I think I see something in the chat. How are the classes made up regarding their skill levels? So again, the classes are made up. It's a heterogeneously mixed classes. So it's not like one homeroom the homerooms are not created based on assessments or the way students score on a state test or anything like that. It's not specific like higher classes and lower classes. It's all mixed to make sure that we have a combination of all different types of learners and different levels of students. The teachers differentiate their lessons every day, every period. So it's very, very balanced classes through a very collaborative process. Is there sex health education curriculum in 5th grade, or does that start later? That, I believe, has been moved to 6th grade. That moved to 6th grade maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I believe 6th grade because I believe it's 6th and not 7th. So I believe it does occur in 6th grade. Any other questions? Okay, well, I thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Special thanks to our 5th grade team, amazing team of educators there. Thank you for joining us. Again, this session is being recorded, so you'll be able to access it again for reference moving forward. It might go up on the website sometime within the next 4 or 5 days, I would say. But thank you all again for joining us. If you ever have any questions about anything, never hesitate to reach out to the teachers, myself, or Mr. Kilgallen. Thank you all very much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.